Hello Beast, welcome to the third and the last video of the How to Sell series, which is breaking the excuses. In this video, we'll be focusing on specific excuses that EPs are just kind of creating during different phases of the customer flow, and I'm going to just give some tips how you can just break the excuses without being aggressive, like aggressive seller, and without just losing the customer. So let's start. Also, again, this is the last one. If you haven't seen sales techniques and mind triggers, please go back, check them out. And with this video, you'll be, if you also, just have some notes and everything, you will be a good seller. Okay. First, let's talk about what are the excuses. I believe all of you know, but let's say just define it in a short sentence. Excuses are obstacles that customer creates not to purchase the product. Many times they're not real problems, or they are just problems that the customer just can't see the solution yet. In which case they need our support. If they're not just the real problems, we just need to show them, just the truth, let's say, and the solutions. And if they just cannot see how I can solve this, and for example how I can just be approved to G, we can just show them the path to through this approval process. So let's start. I don't have money. Understand the customer budget. Like he or she has no money or just less money, or like according to this budget, you can just propose different countries. Like for example, some countries out of the eurozone gonna be better for them. Like for example, going to Turkey, going to Egypt, some other countries who has lower currency than euro, gonna be really easy for them to just like especially managing their daily routine and their eating habits, etc. Sell cheaper projects and destinations, same as I told you, especially when it comes to just a currency and the country reality. You can just sell the countries, especially for GE, are country partners like Serbia, which is not using euro as well, Turkey, Egypt, whatever. For GT, again, out of Europe. And again, in Europe, like countries like, for example, Romania, again, Turkey, Czech Republic, the countries that really not having huge prices when it comes to daily routine, daily life. Offer discounts for special conditions. This thing that something that you cannot do it during your daily routine, daily working style. But for example, that's why we have something like Black Friday or some other additional campaigns that we can use to offer some discounts, and we just we create some special conditions to just convince people to go now because it's a chance for you, creating urgency. Put on paper all the expenses they may have. It can also help you, like also that's why you need to be aware of your partners and the country realities. You can just be able to let them know about the exchange money, about for example plane tickets averagely, and daily spend, like how much money they will spend on a daily basis. And averagely you have to be able to just create them a budget so they can see the bigger picture, and if they have enough money they can go. Compare our price to other organizations' prices. Just let them know. To be really honest, the prices of exchange prices of Isaac and Greece is super cheap in the end of the day. So when we compare us with the other Isaac entities and our competitors from the market, so you can just compare, and you can show them how advantage that Isaac is providing with this a pricing system, and give some examples of how they can get the money. Like for example, if you had an EP that worked few months, only 1 or maybe 2 months, and just get enough money to go to Turkey for 6 months, you can just use this so they can see, like as I said in the previous presentation, you can just show them how to just go through this path for for their experience. So just you can help them like this as well. I can't attend to info. Understand the reason, like why they cannot attend the info. Like for example, maybe because of the university timeline, because of exams, maybe they will be just leaving the city, whatever. Understand the reason, and give specific information about info and mention its importance. Like why info meeting is important and how they will be just using and benefiting when it comes to they just join this info meeting. Then mention the location of your office. If it's close, it's going to be easier for you to just convince people to come, because it's not even like for most of our entities, LCs, let's say, our offices are super close to campus. So you can just let them, okay, even if you have exam, after exam you can just come by for 30 minutes for, like for example, maximum 1 hour, and you can just get to know Isaac and everything. Then of course mention the meeting is not so long with this, like it won't be few hours. We'll be just talking, get to know each other. Then I will just give you some informations. If you have any question, you will ask, and if it's possible, we can even apply. So mention the agenda of the meeting, so they won't think that they will be going to the office for a few hours. and that's why we won't lose EPs after call to info. Send some materials via mail to attract people to come info. Like for example, whenever you send them sample projects or some other things, like some testimonials from previous EPs, some other materials that they can attract the EPs, send them so people will be more willing to come to the info to get to know more. And urgency quota, again, like for example, we have specific times, specific dates for info, so you need to come here or those days, or maybe you need to come till Friday. Also, we have some specific quotas for this meeting, so try to be one of them that can get this, let's say, meeting with us. So use this, so you can just go back to mind triggers part and try to see more samples. I can only go on summer. The demand for summer is higher for sure. What can make the availability of spots more difficult? Like, yes, I know you want to go this summer, but as you can see, everyone wants to go. So that's why we're getting approved for summer is super hard because everyone wants to go. The flight prices and living conditions are much cheaper during low season. Yes, that's also true. During winter peak, prices, plane ticket and everything is much cheaper because it's not even tourism season for most of the countries. Our winter opportunities have a special offer and or better benefits because during winter peak there won't be a lot of people that are coming from for this company, let's say for GE and GT, especially for GE. So you will have like a more deeper experience with the company, with Isaac, whatever. Since less people travel during winter, you can have much more customized experience. Also, like it's kind of the same in a line. There won't be too much people, so you will be having more customized experience. And we are not selecting applicants for summer projects yet. It's up to you to use this, but if you understand the EP 100% doesn't want to go summer, you can sell doesn't want to go winter, you can sell summer as well. Like when you understand, okay, this EP cannot be approved for winter peak, you should sell summer. But during the process of selling winter, you can say we are not selecting applicants for summer projects yet. But don't forget, if you use this argument, you won't be able to sell summer as well. So when you understand, okay, I cannot sell the CP summer as well, so I'm gonna focus on winter, use this. But if you even have chance to sell summer just after winter, if you cannot go with winter, don't use it and go for summer project as well, and just tell them that, for example, from now on to get into summer gonna be super amazing for you. You will have more chance. You can get some money from now. You can work, etc., etc., etc. Why should I pay to work? You're not paying for work, and you're paying for other services. Access the unique projects that you cannot easily find on your own. Yes, Isaac is first providing you this, atmosphere to go to, the exchange. Free and cheap accommodation. Some entities, it's also important for you to know to go isaac.org and check the opportunity portal and opportunity, each opportunity to see what about the accommodation. Does it free or just cheap? So you can just provide them like this information according to their IR partner to let them know, okay, for example, if you can go to this country as a tourist during 6 weeks, 1.5 months, how much average you will be spending for accommodation. But for example, in this case, you will be spending this amount of money. Again, it depends on the country. So I suggest you to firstly work with your IR partners, and secondly, be aware of it. Standards. Like yes, you will paying for something, but don't forget it also as an Isaac, we need to provide you some standards, some services that in order to just be sure that your experience going to be 100% fulfilled. Then opportunity benefits. It's again a bit up to partners, but for example, even some partners are providing 1 or 2 meals per day, transportation cards, SIM card, even some of them providing classes. Like for example, in Brazil, they're always providing Portuguese classes and dance classes. So again, you shouldn't just sell like overselling it, just saying, okay, wherever you go, you will receive some benefits. No, they won't. But according to Isaac.org, like opportunity portal, you can let them know if you go there, you will have this, as an extra. So that's all from why should I pay to work part. And when it comes to the general perspective, as you can see, sales is not just the only thing that you'll be doing during call or info. It's a whole process to convince people, not convince, but show people, okay, this is the reality and Isaac's reality, and this is your reality. So at some points, these are matches, and that's why you can go. If they're just creating excuses, you know right now how to break these excuses. You know how to trigger their minds with which questions, and also from the first education, you know how to be on the same page with the customer and how to understand and how to be able to just provide the specific and sweet approach while asking questions. So if you have any question, feel free to approach your VP and ask, and try to implement all of these to your data routine, and hope you find it efficient From Görkem side, that's all, and see you soon.